Cam is my number one quarterback, and I don't think it's all that close for me.
Probably going to take Cam Ward because he's a lot more athletic than Shedeur.
Easily say this year there is a consensus number one quarterback, which is rare.
So Cameron came to me and said, I want to play college football. I'm going to find out every college it is. I don't care, Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, JC, whatever. I'm going to find phone numbers, email addresses, and I'm contacting everybody. And I told Cameron, at the end of the day, one of these knocks on the door, somebody going to open the door.
I went off out of high school. I remember my dad was emailing people, D2, D3 schools, and, they would even respond back to us. It was a rocky start for me, like learning the new offense, the wording, the communications to the receivers and stuff. So once I got that down, the quarterback competition got more interesting.
Yeah, you weren't highly recruited, obviously, out of high school.
That's an understatement, right?
Yeah, it is. Did that put a chip on your shoulder? I mean, did you go into UIW and say, you know what, I'm going to show everybody what they missed out on?
Oh, yes, sir, it did put a big chip on my shoulder. But, at the end of the day, you got to control the things that you can control. And, God puts people in a situation that he thinks that they'll be able to get out of.
Quarterback Cameron Ward, SFA receiver Xavier Gibson. What makes Ward so special?
Cameron Ward has maybe the best arm talent in all of the FCS, can make all the throws, and you'll see the deep ball when he moves out of the pocket. He may be the most accurate at any level in college. This guy has an incredible amount of arm talent, really fun player to watch.
Yeah, if I just do my job the right way, then I put my team and myself in the best situation to be successful. It's just a great moment for me, something that I want to accomplish was being the best freshman in the country, and I think I did that this year.
I always said he would go football. My husband thought he would go basketball. Cameron just has this arm that was just like a rocket. I mean, it's just something about him. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Bledsoe to Jack Thompson and Alex Brink and Gardner Minshew to now Cameron Ward. The transfer from South Texas at Incarnate Word makes his way north to the Palouse.
Going into college from high school, there was a major difference from him. So he just kept watching other kids, and he kept doing extra on his own. It wasn't an easy decision for him, but he always wanted to play on this FBS level. So he had the opportunity, so why not take it when you have it,
Of course, if I could just do football, that's like my life right there. One thing my quarterback coach has always told me is like, there's a lot of 6'3" players who can go score 30 points a game, but it's not a lot of 6'3" players who throw the ball like you, and that just always stuck with me.
Cam, what I wanted to see out of you was a bit of growth, and I think I'm seeing that, man. You look comfortable out there. You have a new offensive coordinator, but it seems like you really understand what's going on. How have you grown this past year?
I've grown tremendously from Coach Buck coming in, implementing my consistency, my drive style was the main focus for me going into this spring game. So just being able to showcase what I did, being able to grow more for a mental football player,
This guy is the ultimate consummate leader. He plays with a gigantic-sized boulder on his shoulder. It's not a chip, it's a boulder. He is very confident in the work that he has put in, and he should be because he's supremely smart. And that's not just for show, it's because that's part of his process. It's the same thing with Cam Ward. And he will have that same kind of effect. He may not be warm and fuzzy to everybody because this dude is assassin serious about his craft. And I believe him when he says he's going to try and make everybody pay. And I don't think that's just hyperbole.
And that, before Stevie, if you were in Tennessee or Cleveland, you'd make him the first pick?
Over Shedeur?
Right now I have Cam number one.
Wow.
Everything happens for a reason. I always tell myself that. My mom always told me that. Keeping that every day in my head, keeping that chip on my shoulder. Just had to take a different route, but I'm finally here where I'm supposed to be.
Miami did get a huge commitment out of the transfer portal, Cam Ward. And honestly, it is going to change some things in terms of the teams that I considered for the top 10, because now Miami is in that consideration.
I do play with a lot of hate in my heart just because of what I had to go through since high school, recruiting-wise, knowing I was better than a lot of other quarterbacks out here.
Ward makes all of the high-level, difficult NFL throws, talking about the deep outs from the opposite hash, the hole shot, some of those anticipatory throws over the middle of the field. And it's not just that he has the tools, he also used them against good defenses in college.
He's a killer. He's one of the only guys that I've seen that has that Kobe mentality.
Kobe Bryant is the greatest basketball player of all time. Statistically, wins, competitiveness, culture.
He's Mr. Do It All.
I think he's one of the best college quarterbacks I've ever seen in my entire life. But he's so calm back there. Their teams are going to be like freaked out by it. They're going to be like, what? Like we want to see. Like it was so funny to me. Like he's so good in those situations that actually GMs might be like, what the hell? Like
Cam's always locked in. He's not one to, when it comes to workouts, that he's trying to play around and he's trying to get to work.
And Cameron, he can figure out a way to make anything work.
As a 0-star recruit, 0 stars, 0. Goes to Washington State, rips it up at Washington State, and decides to transfer to Miami because he knew he needed to up his resume in terms of winning, in terms of being able to win it at the highest level, because that's what we always judge quarterbacks by.
I think Cam Ward can play. I think I'm really excited to see him transition. I think it's rare that you have somebody go to 3 different spots and play the exact same way. He just kind of like dominated at Incarnate Word, Washington State, and then lastly at Miami.
The way Cam's playing right now, dog, I don't see how he won't be the number 1 quarterback taken. I'm just watching football, and Cam's just playing at the best level. Some of the throws he made last week, out to the right, a dime to the corner, confidence, and he can move. I want to see what Cam Ward comes into, how he shot the league. I'm a fan.
I mean, it's crazy. You got the best quarterback in the country. You got the number 1 offense in the country, the top 5 offenses all time in college. So, we ain't been stopped all year. So.
Cam Ward had a heck of a year. There's a little recklessness there. There will be times where he'll miss an open receiver. But the bottom line is his arm talent is obvious. The way he can throw with different angles, the way he can move and sense is there.
Putting up crazy numbers on offense for a long time. But then to go do it at Washington State, then to go do it at Miami, when Miami hasn't had good quarterback play for years, I think that's impressive. It's not easy to do that, a guy to go play from system to system to system, have success, have the impact that he had on those teams. That's going to be very attractive to people when you just look at probably the best quarterback trait that you can have is you make people around you better. Like that's probably the best thing in what you can say about Cam Ward.
Definitely for my family. It's never been a 0-star recruit. Started at FCS and make his way all the way to the biggest stage on Miami, and be invited to the Heisman ceremony. So I'm excited for opportunity. My teammates, they put me in that position, so I'm just ready to get it going.
No one gave anything to him. Everything that Cameron has, he's worked hard for it.
Again, you got a kid that they showed out of 250 ranked kids out of high school wasn't on the list. Fame, it means nothing to him.
Most famous person from West Columbia, probably now, Cameron Ward.
Oh my. Yo, this D with Daps Sports. This video right here was selected just for you. And if you still here, hit the subscribe because we on the same vibe.